What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Sagittarius sun sign friends. If you're born between the dates of November 22nd and December 21st, then you are a Sagittarius sun sign, and this reading is for you. 2018 is upon us, friends. 2017 was a hectic, crazy year. I don't have to tell you, you were there. Okay, it was, whoo, what a year. But we're moving on to the next year, and I wanted to show my appreciation and gratitude for all of you for supporting my videos, for liking, for sharing, for commenting, for all the things that you do. And I wanted to show my appreciation by doing a year ahead spread for the year of 2018 for all my Sagittarian friends. And that's what we're going to do today. We've got the Llewellyn Tarot for the months. We're going to look at each month individually. Then we've got the Keepers of the Light Oracle to tell us what spiritual message, spiritual theme your year will take. And also the Nature's Whispers Oracle for what message it has for you in 2018. Remember, this is a general reading for a large group of people, so take what works for you and leave the rest. But if you want a more specific reading, I'm willing to do this for you, tap into your energies and do a year ahead spread for you. We'll get more in depth with it since I'm tapping into your specific energy. So if you want one of those, send me an email. The link is in the description below. I'll be asking $40 for that, and we will get more in depth. So if you want one of those, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do it. But okay, I've got the cards all laid out and ready to go. So let's take a look at each month individually. The first month that we're going to start with is January. And we've got the Empress. Starting off with some major arcana here. Alright, Sagittarians, I get the feeling that January is going to be an abundant month. And what I mean by that is whatever you've been manifesting the last month, maybe whatever you've been thinking about in December, you're going to get it, a lot of it, in January. And so if you've been hoping to get more money, I do see more money coming in January. If you've been hoping to get more love, I see love coming in January. If you've been hoping to feel more in tune with nature or with spirituality, then you will get that. Whatever you want, I do feel as though it will come in January. Maybe not in the way that you expect, maybe not in the quantity that you hoped, but it will be coming in. I get the feeling here that you're going to be feeling satisfied. You're going to be feeling loved by the universe and cradled in her bosom. So I do feel as though January is going to be a positive month for a lot of you, and you're going to feel substantiated. Is that the right way to say it? You're going to feel taken care of. How about that? So January seems like a very good month for Sagittarian sun signs. Okay, let's move over to February. In February, we've got the King of Wands. I get the sense here that you're going to be feeling determined in February. You're going to say, it's time for me to really put in action, put in work. And, this could be a result of feeling so abundant in January. Now you feel like you got to do something. You got to go out there and get it. You got to get after it. You got to go make your dreams come true. And this might take the form of work for some of you. It might take the form of, I don't know, what kind of energies can you take to bring about results? And that's what February is going to be about. It's going to be about putting in that energy to get the results that you want. So, whatever it is, that you want, I do feel as though February is going to be the time for you to actually put in the efforts, put in the work, put in the elbow grease, so to speak, to get your dreams rolling. And, just staying busy, I think, is another way to say it. You're going to be pretty busy in February, but it's not like busy, people demanding your time. I think this is more busy of you doing what you want to be doing. Cool. Let's move on to March. Here we go. In March, we've got the Three of Swords. Okay, Sagittarian friends, I see a little bit of disappointment coming in March, and this is more than likely going to be a romantic disappointment, is the sense I'm getting. More like a something in a relationship, possibly not necessarily a romantic relationship. So I take that back. For a lot of you, it will be a romantic relationship. For others, it will be just relationships, people that you're close to. But I do see some sort of disappointment coming. Maybe you feel wronged by the other person. Maybe you feel betrayed. Maybe you feel like they are not treating you the way that you want to be treated, and as a result I feel as though the ego mind is going to start to be a little bit of a bother. It's going to poison you a little bit. Oh, if they don't like me, I don't like them, you know, that sort of thing. Maybe not exactly that, you know what I mean, but you know how the ego mind will make things worse. It'll exacerbate the situation by telling you things that aren't necessarily true, and then you start to believe it, and then they become true because you believe them to be true. So I'd say watch out in March. Be very careful the way you respond to some sort of disappointment from someone who's close to you, and not allow the ego mind to take you off track. Get that ego mind out of there, okay? And you know, this phase will pass, and new energies will come in, so it's best not to go the dark route, if you know what I mean. So that is March. There's the potential to go off track, so be wary of that. And then we move into April. We've got the Hanged Man, another major arcana. And the Hanged Man is about a period of waiting. And, you know, this could stem from that disappointment. Now you feel a little bit vulnerable, and you're unwilling possibly to put in that energy that you had put in with, like, in February. Now the Hanged Man is saying, you know, I just want to kind of take a break. I want to sit on the sideline for a while. I want to feel things out. I want to, you know, just observe before I do anything else. So January, February, March, we're going to be in April. Okay, so April is going to be one of those months where you feel kind of, I hate to use the word lazy, because it's not lazy. The Hangman is not a lazy energy. The Hangman implies that you're using this time where you're not really putting too much energy in any certain direction, but you're still thinking about things, you're planning things, you're you know, trying to work things out. So more of a slower month in April for a lot of you, where you try to figure things out and try to, I guess this could possibly be you know, how do you come back from this disappointment you experienced in March? That could be a large part of it. Of course, other things may go into it, but that could be a large part of it. So April's going to be a slower month. And then we move into May, and we've got the King of Cups. And to me, this is about getting back on your feet, recovering from that pain or hurt or, you know, disappointment you experienced in April. Now where are we in? January, February, March, April. In May, no, in March. Okay. In May, I feel like you're going to be getting more in touch with your emotions. You're going to, you know, and by more in touch, I don't mean like you're just going to feel your emotions. I mean you're going to understand them better. You're going to make some realizations about the way you've been feeling, and you're going to decide that, you know what, I'm not going to let these negative emotions take me off into a tangent. I'm not going to let them affect me. I'm going to learn their lessons, and I'm going to move on. And that's what the King of Wands, or King of Cups, to me represents. It represents, you know, treating your emotions in a very mature, very wise way. And I think that you're going to start coming into your own, gaining more self-confidence in May, just because you're now in charge of your emotions, and they're not in charge of you. Very good. Now we move on into June, where we experience the Five of Pentacles energy. And the Five of Pentacles is about feeling alone, feeling cast out in the cold, feeling maybe financially unstable. So this is not going to be the best month. And I tell them like I see them. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything, but June seems like it's going to be a month where you do a little bit of struggling. But I want you to remember that this struggle is your creation. And I think that's the most important thing to remember about June, is any struggles that you perceive are struggles that you've created for yourself, because abundance does surround you, and you know, our own realities are dictated by the way we think and feel about them. So if we think and feel poor, then we're going to create realities where we are poor. Reality, the world around you, is just a reflection of how you feel internally. So June seems like it's going to be a challenging month, but the way through this challenge, the way to overcome, is to kind of shift to more positivity. Maybe things aren't going exactly the way that you hoped they would be going. Okay, that's understandable, but that's no reason to start to have a bleak, pessimistic outlook. That's all the more reason to have a more positive, optimistic outlook. So be sure that June's not a destructive month for you. Yes, you may feel this way, but you can also, if you feel this way, you made yourself feel this way, you can make yourself feel positive as well. So June's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Next, we're going to look at July. And in July, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Back to work, everybody! Okay, I get the feeling that July is going to be a busy time for you work-wise. And whether this is your career, your job, or your hobby, or your art, whatever it is, I think you're going to feel like you want to put your nose to the grindstone. You want to get things done. You want to accomplish things. So, yeah, this is about that mundane work that, you know, when we're doing the mundane work, it doesn't seem fun. It doesn't seem like we're making any progress. It seems like it's the same thing over and over. But, you know, when we look back on it, it's like, wow, we got a lot of things accomplished back then. So keep that in mind. You know, if you're feeling the grindish energy, if you're feeling that, realize you are making steps towards your goals. It just may not feel like it at the time, just because you're surrounded by it, right? But once you can see it for what it was, you realize that you really put in a lot of work. So July is going to be a time for you to work and a time for you to get things done and just move forward. Alright, now we're going to take a look at the energies of August. And we've got the Eight of Cups. And I get the sense here that come August, you're going to feel a little bit drained emotionally. You're going to feel a little bit tired emotionally. You're going to be looking for a change of pace. You're going to be looking for a new energy to come in. So this could be an opportunity for you to travel, for you to go somewhere, get out of the house, get out of the office, and go explore and go have fun. Or it could mean, you know, finding new relationships or finding new friends, finding new hobbies, finding things that are new, that are going to excite you. So whichever way it is, maybe it's a combination of all of those things. I do feel as though August is going to be a time for you to get out there and just make a change in your life. Maybe feeling tired of the way things have been, feeling tired and not wanting the way things to continue the way they're going, and just deciding that it's time for a change. It's time to get out there and see what else is out there, see what other things that you can get into. So that is August. Now we will go to the energies of September. We've got the Ace of Wands. And these two cards flow naturally together. Okay, so in August you made a change, and September is going to bring something new. And the Ace of Wands, to me right now, is signaling a new energy coming in. You went out there and looked for it, and I think in September it's going to come. And this energy, you know, in a general reading for 1/12 of the population, it's very hard to say exactly what this will be. It could be a new job, it could be a new anything. What new energy is going to come and inspire you? So I do get the feeling that you will be inspired by this new energy. It's going to probably feel very much like you're shifting gears, much like a new energy is coming in, much like maybe your life is changing a little bit this month, in the month of September. And I do see excitement, I see passion, I see intuition, I see fire. You know, that's what the wands represent, and I see that coming in whatever way, you know, you decided it should come in back when you made that choice in September. So whatever you choose in September, I see it coming to fruition whatever you chose in August, excuse me. Okay, whatever you chose in August, I see it coming into fruition in September, and it bringing in some new exciting energy. Alright, next we're going to travel to October. And in October, we've got the Ten of Swords. Ooh, not the best, okay? October, I think you're going to feel drained. Well, that didn't last very long, okay? But not drained like energetically, drained logically. You know, the ego mind is so, it takes up a lot of your resources as a human being. Your mind is just like constantly chattering. It doesn't stop unless you meditate. It basically doesn't stop 24/7, just telling you all these things. You're good at this, you're bad at that, oh, you don't have enough money for this, right? And it just constantly bombards you with information, most of which is not even true, but it constantly bombards, and it's grating. It gets to you. And I think that's what we're going to see in October, is you're going to be fed up with the ego mind. It's going to really get you to a point of exhaustion where you're just like, I don't want to listen to this thing anymore, and all it does is spew negativity towards me. And I think you may need to rest. I think October is going to be time for you to rest, so that, you know, now that you're at the point of exhaustion, now we can allow some new thing to come in, but you're going to need to rest first. So October is going to be a month of just like fatigue. I've had enough. I need to just slow down and rethink things a little bit and start anew. So that's going to be the month of October. Alright, and here we go with November. We've got the Hierophant, another major arcana. Alright, the feeling I'm getting from November is that... Oh, two things. I'm getting two things here. If you are a spiritual person, November is going to be the time to batten down the hatches and make some serious spiritual advancements. And November is going to be time where, you know, we have Samhain, the veil is thinned, and that's the time when a lot of people will really go deep into the psychic realm, the astral realm. And I see a lot of spiritual advancements. No matter what level of spirituality you're on, I do see a lot of spiritual advancements coming in November and you growing spiritually. And this is a beautiful time. You know, this is the time when we all really kind of delve deeper. All of us in the northern hemisphere, where the weather's starting to get cold, we spend less time outside, we spend less time with other people, and it's time to get a little bit more introspective. So that's what I see for some of you. If you're not a spiritual person, which is probably none of you since you're watching a tarot reading, but if you're not a spiritual person and happen to be watching this, this could have to do with religion, but it could also have to do with restrictions and people placing restrictions on you. So I'm getting both sides of that, but for most of you, I think you're going to resonate more with spiritual advancement. But realize as you spiritually advance, there's a lot of misconceptions, there's a lot of misinformation out there, even in the New Age spiritual, especially in the New Age spiritual community. And it's going to be your job to sift through the lies, the fabrications, the mistruths, the untruths, I guess. And so that's going to be your job in November. And lastly, we're going to look at the month of December, and we've got the Seven of Cups, 1 year from now almost. And the Seven of Cups energy is telling me that December is going to be time for you to decide again, you know, where to go, what the next year, what 2019 is going to bring. And you know, the Seven of Cups is about having a lot of options and not really being 100% sure which one is calling to you, not being sure which one that you should pursue. So I do feel as though December is going to be a chance for you to start anew. You're going to have all these things presented to you, and some will be good for you, others might not be, and it's going to be your task in December to figure out you know, how you want to start off 2019. I know that's a future, that's a long way in the future, but it'll be here before you know it. Okay, so that is the month of December, and that is the 12-month reading. Looking back at the cards now that we see them as a whole, I'm getting the feeling that you're going to be presented with some challenges in 2018. And you know, it's going to start in February. I think it's going to, you know, continue into March. It's going to be some disappointment, some setbacks, at least what you perceive to be setbacks. But I want you guys to realize that these setbacks are learning experiences, and you grow from them and you become better because of them. And so that's something that you have to be very aware of as you experience these negative setbacks, is that yes, you can allow them to destroy you, or you can allow them to teach you, and that the choice is 100% yours. But I do see it's almost like a roller coaster here of ups and downs, big swings up and then big swings down, you know, getting back on track, getting in charge of your emotions, and then all of a sudden again in June feeling like, oh, I don't have what I want, I need more, you know. I don't know why I just did that voice, but I don't have what I want, I need more. You know, that's not necessarily a good thing. But then, you know, you get back to work, and then you realize that you want something new, and then something new comes in, and then you get fatigued and just, you know, exhausted, and then you have spiritual advancement. It's like every other month is like there's a huge growth and then a setback, a huge growth and then a setback. It's a very strange thing going on here, but I guess you're used to that sort of thing, Sagittarian friends. But so that's kind of the gist of this upcoming year. A lot of setbacks, but at the same time, a lot of growth. So this seems like a year that's going to provide some growth for you, because we grow in the years that we're really challenged. And I do see some challenges here. But most of these challenges, I just want you to realize, are your own doing. There's no real like major outside forces exerting these challenges upon you. This is more challenges of the mind, challenges of the soul, challenges of the emotion. And so these challenges are things that you're going to present to yourself. And then you have to deal with yourself, and then you overcome yourself. So there's going to be a lot of internal growth this year is the feeling I'm getting. Okay? All right. I asked the Keepers of the Light Oracle, what is the spiritual theme? What spiritual things you're going to work out in the year 2018? So let's take a look at that. We've got Kuthumi, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Aha. Okay, it seems as though... I think that kind of says it all. How could I say that in a different way? You know that you're creating your reality. But at the same time, you're like, oh, why is this happening to me? Do you see the differences there? you know that you should be positive, yet you find yourself being negative. And just like I said, just like the roller coaster, it's like you know which way to go, and then you slip up and you fall down. But then you know which way to go again, but you slip up and fall down. So I think... this year is going to be about ironing out those kinks and trying to stay at the top of the roller coaster as much as you can. The downs are fun. the downs make the ups exciting, or vice versa. I don't know which. But it's about trusting yourself and knowing that you know what to do and trusting in it, rather than just allowing the energies around you to push you around like a rag doll in a river, in a rapids. So that's just kind of the spiritual theme, is understanding how much you already know and then actually applying that to your real life, applying your spiritual knowledge to real life at all times. And you know, we all slip up. Come on, we all slip up. But it's about slipping up less and less and less over the years, so that you start to slip up almost never. All right, and then we asked the Nature's Whispers Oracle what message it had for Sagittarian sun signs this year of 2018, and we got heighten your vitality, the same one I got for Capricorn. Let's see if we have the same message here. No, not the same. This card to me is about trusting your inner voice, trusting your inner light, trusting your higher self, trusting your soul, listening to it as much as you possibly can, being guided by it. And that is what's going to help you to stop making these little mistakes along the way. No, they're not mistakes. But you know, those times where we don't trust our soul, we don't trust our guidance, or we don't trust our intuition, then we find ourselves in a situation that we didn't really intend for. And you know, heighten your vitality is about trusting in yourself always. And though you know your higher guidance isn't going to help you to always you know maneuver around and not make those mistakes, because those mistakes are the things that help us grow the most, but it will definitely give you the power, give you the courage, the knowledge, the energy to face them, so that they're not huge obstacles, but instead they're little learning lessons. So it's all about getting connected to your higher self and trusting in it as much as possible, listening to it. And that's going to be the message for you this year of 2018. Okay, Sagittarians, I hope you got that. Some challenges and some highs and lows and all over the place is the feeling I'm getting from this year, but you know what to do. Remember, this is the general reading. Not everything's going to apply to you, but if you want a reading where I tap into your energies, like I said, head on over to my email address, send me an email, and the link is in the description. And for $40 we can tap into your energy and see what the year has in store for you. I will do a video of it, and you can watch it anytime. It'll be always up, and you can watch it every month to see and follow along. Alright, so I would appreciate if you guys liked this video. Lets me know you enjoyed it, got something out of it, helps the video. If you have any questions or comments or anything you want to say about this coming year, put those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And if you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to stay up to date for all the videos I've planned for 2018. There's going to be a lot, so you don't want to miss out. So I appreciate if you go subscribe. Alright, Sagittarian friends, the roller coaster ride is starting. Buckle up, it's going to be bumpy, but you can get through it, and you're going to come out so much stronger and more powerful by the end of this year because of the trials, the tribulations, and the successes and the victories that you're going to have in 2018. So I wish you the best year possible, Sagittarian friends. So leave a like if you enjoy this. Happy taroting. Peace.